Hi, this is Mr. G, and you're watching The Art of Teaching. Today's topic actually goes out there for the teenagers and high school students, and particularly those students who say, and I've heard them say this before, that teacher hates me. Well, I've found that in my years of teaching, almost 20 of them now, that it's very rare that a teacher actually hates a student. Hate is a very strong word. I've definitely found students in my years that I've not liked as much as others, or that I had some personality conflicts, but I would never say that I've ever hated a student. As a matter of fact, with 140 students that come through my classroom in a day, if we have one day that's difficult, the next day I've kind of forgotten all of that and moved on. Even if I've written a detention for that student, I've let it go. It's up to the office whether they're going to honor that detention, and I don't get wrapped up in that. I don't follow up. I don't make sure that they're getting their punishment and all of that. I just know that there's certain rules that I need to follow as per contract so that I am a teacher. So I don't take it personally. Now, some teachers do take it personally, and I would hope that they'd start to relax and realize teenagers are teenagers and you're going to do some crazy stuff. And you're not going to be consistent. And that's part of being a teenager. That's all the hormones raging around and all the crazy stuff that's going on. So being a teenager is a difficult thing, and I admire you if you make it through. But if you feel like you're definitely not connecting with the teacher, or the teacher really does have it out for you or something, the first thing I would do is try and find a time when that teacher can have some one-on-one time with you in a very casual sort of setting. Try and be non-emotional when you're talking to that teacher. If they start getting emotional, you might want to stop the communication and just say, well, I guess we're not going to be able to talk about this, and then stop right there. But I find that a lot of teachers really respect it. If a student comes to them one-on-one and says, look, I'm feeling kind of ill at ease here. I'm feeling kind of bad, and I feel like maybe you don't like me, or maybe I'm doing something that's annoying you, and if we talk about it, maybe we can get through this. I can't tell you how much a teacher would really respect that, a student kind of thinking about it from the other point of view. Most teenagers don't do that. That's not kind of where you're at, and I understand that. That's why I'm very forgiving of my students, because they're not there in their own maturity generally. But try that. If that doesn't work, then you need to go to the next level. Maybe you can talk to a teacher that you are really good friends with, okay? And then tell them kind of your situation and ask them, maybe they can advocate for you and talk to this other teacher and find out what's going on. And then in their faculty room and during lunch, they can kind of talk in a casual sort of way. If that doesn't work, then it might mean that you do need to seek out the help of a guidance counselor. Maybe they can be the person to kind of talk in between. You could have your parents call and talk to the teacher, but that generally, sets people like feeling like, why couldn't you talk to me? So make sure you've tried on your own first, then try, a friend to get to talk, and if need be, a counselor. And then I would say the last kind of bit is to talk to a vice principal or, someone in an administrative way. I don't want to give you the advice to jump right to that, because it's almost like using a sledgehammer when a thumbtack would do. And teachers really respect it when you come to them one-on-one. And if you're ever bullied or teased or someone says something about you, you always feel better when someone comes to you without going through somebody else and spreading rumors. So have that same respect for the teacher. If you have a problem, come right to them. Speak in as mature a way as you can. Try not to get emotional. That's the worst thing to do when you're trying to communicate with someone. And you may find out that it's just maybe a little personality thing. Or maybe it was nothing, and it was kind of blown out of proportion. It's kind of what happens in the teenage years. Again, all those hormones and things make you think that all sorts of craziness is going on when it's really just a little simple thing. So keep it cool, communicate, do it in little steps, and I think you're going to be all right. I hope you find that helpful. If it was, go ahead and pass on this video to a friend. Maybe pass it to that teacher you're having some difficulty with in a little note. Give me some stars if you'd like. Maybe favorite this video, and I'll see you next time on The Art of Teaching. Thank you.